Yeah, speaking of stand-up, man, you perform all over the state of Michigan. You go up to old Traverse City and
Traverse.
You co-host both, right? You do like a twofer. You spend half your time up in TC and half in GR.
Yeah.
Would you say?
It's like Zarilli. Shout out Matt Zarilli.
Dude, yeah. Shout out Matty boy.
He it's like split custody, between like the Grand Rapids and Traverse City scenes. It's kind of I really like it's kind of tiptoeing between the two.
What are your main runs up there in TC? What are the main spots that you're normally at?
I help co-host the weekly open mic up there at Union Street Station every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Free show.
Hell yeah, Union Street Station.
Yep, USS Comedy open mic on Facebook. Check it out.
Very cool logo design too and all that.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh yeah, dude. That was John Sheehan. He's a local dude that I actually went to community college with. He ended up going to. He finished with like graphics, so like he is a graphic designer. You can check out his page on Instagram too. Like he killed it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
We kind of like relaunched like the logo and like that page like back in April, and like the logo was like in the works for a while. Like he crushed it. So yeah, he's great. What's that?
Very cool.
It's John Sheehan Design, I believe. It's something like that. He you'll see like a bunch of like his artwork.
Yeah, we can try to link it or connect it too for him. Get some people to look at it maybe.
For sure, man.
Sweet, dude. Yeah, man, and then down here, obviously, you hit all the regular spots.
Yeah, dude, the tip tops, the river cities, all the goodies.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
You were in Detroit just last night?
Yeah, dude, the Detroit House of Comedy Tune Up Tuesday open mic.
Very fun.
It was, dude. There was 120 people there.
Sweet.
For again, like it's at like a club and shit. It was a free show.
Yeah,
but dude, it was awesome.
God, comedy's fun. Comedy's fun in Michigan,
dude.
Man.
Like it was like super awesome, and also like just I really liked being on a show where there was like a bunch of people that I had never seen perform before. Yeah, kind of thing. Like,
sick of these old fuckers, man. I hear you. Something new, Jesus.
Something new, bro.
Nah, but no, I'm sick of them. No,
these guys.
It is cool.
But no, it's just kind of like I forget though, like how many other people are like doing stand up.
Yeah,
in Michigan, Michigan. You know what I mean?
There's a ton of talent in not just Michigan, but throughout the Midwest. But in Michigan, I mean, in Detroit and Lansing, Traverse City, Kalamazoo,
here in Grand Rapids,
Muskegon. It's popping up all
Ann
over.
Arbor. Yeah,
Ann Arbor. Yeah,
they're I don't know, man. It's just like there's always whenever I go somewhere. Like outside of here or Traverse, it's like, oh no, there's just like so many other people, like I said, who are just doing comedy in Michigan.
Yeah.
A bunch of open mics and just like, shows and
trying it out. Yes.
I don't know. It's pretty dope.
It is really nice that it's to the point where, I mean, like being 8 years in and the first 3 or 4 years, there was only about 2 open mics in every city.
Yeah, probably there was like Tip Top and Sunday Night Funnies, right?
Just to get enough time, it would be traveling to Lansing, driving to Traverse City, or driving to. At the time, it was mostly like Kalamazoo, Detroit, or Lansing, to mix in and to supplement just getting time on stage with jokes.
Yeah,
and nowadays it's just awesome that there's so many people working on things and putting things together.
Yeah, and new rooms and shit too.
Yeah, and not just the new rooms, but. It gives people a chance to really try and be creative.
Yeah, dude. It's sick. And like, it's different just kind of like going about like just trying to be like, especially like in Grand Rapids, I feel like there's like certain like mics have like, regular crowds and shit. So like we were talking like trying to like write and like stay relevant and like just like have something like different to say, Like it's like
play around.
I don't know. I think it's like that's like been like important too.
It is cool. And that there's a culture and a subculture, right? And so there's the culture of stand-up comedy is just rising everywhere. So more people are getting known doing stand-up, and people who don't even watch a lot of stand-up know some of the people who are working big now, like Matt Rife, or whether it be Andrew Schultz or even Shane Gillis. Like some of these people are big enough where they're bumping into other mediums that people are seeing, right?
Yeah.
But that's rising across the whole entire country.
It's boosting.
It's boosting, baby.
That's what it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Because here in Michigan alone, there's a whole subculture of people that go to just the open mics.
Yes.
And what's so cool about that is if you don't got the money to go and pay for these shows to go watch, you can watch people trying out their new material.
Yes.
Trying out their newest stuff and chopping up jokes that end up going into paid rooms and go into clubs.
The evolution,
and you can
like
watch
the start
people's
of
process.
a joke, you know.
Yeah. And people are, there's a whole group of people that stick to just that watching.
Yes. It's so cool to like see. I've had like some friends like who like bring like a +1 kind of thing, like come like see like a show once in a while, and they're like, this was my first like live stand-up comedy show, and it's like just an open mic, and they're like, it's so cool, like they like really like fuck with it, and it's like that's like if you sit through like an open mic in full, you like,
God bless you.
you know,
God bless you.
to a certain degree sometimes, but people like fuck with that, you know. Some like the people who go out and support like the mics, it's cool as fuck, you know.
No, it really is.
Yeah.
And watching the process of it. I mean, I've always joked around and said, if you ever go to a unpaid open mic, you get all three things, you know.
Absolutely.
You see the young up and comers. You see some people who are definitely established, and then you get to see rampant mental illness. And it just comes in. It's a roll of the dice. It's like a raffle ticket. You just don't know what the hell is. We used to have guys that would like almost stand still that were on heroin, a couple dudes.
Yeah, no,
like,
for sure.
I mean, that's the worst of it, but there were guys that were on stage literally just...
Dude, I know.
Am I standing funny? And you're like, yeah, little bit there, bud.
Just a little. A little slouchy.
A little stiffy.
A little sleepy.
A little stiffy Magoo there.
McGrubs.
A little grubby. A little grubby.
You're looking a little grubby, buddy.
God damn.
You're like a little, gosh darn.
No, but honestly, I mean, the quality is much higher. It used to be... It used to be just the Wild West. It still is in a lot of ways. Those the mics are where it's at. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter how high up you get in comedy. The fun is really at the point where everybody's churning it in together and putting things together comedically. Because like when people are trying new things and they're in a place like the Dingy Bar and you're trying to convince some man who's got his back to the mic and he just came in there because he hates himself and you know what I'm saying?
Dude,
you gotta make that guy laugh. That's harder than a paid room, but that's also the art of it is. And it's funny when you don't. It's even funny when you don't.
Yeah, it's a place to be weird.
Yeah.
It's a safe space to be weird, you know?
Silly Billy.
Very silly, very weird. And also, like, you see, like, some like the wildest shit. Like, what's like one of like the most, like, think of like a wild, like, open mic story, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there was this
Some
dude.
of them got to fight. Yeah.
There was this dude who like went on stage at Union Street. This was like 2019, and he went on stage and just mooed like a cow.
For how long was the set?
Dude, like he probably did like 4 minutes of like actual like he was like on stage for 4 minutes, but he got on stage. This guy had like a blazer on, and he had like his hair slicked over, and he like. Like he looked like he would shoot the bar up, and he went on stage and he was just like moo,
and he didn't try to even be a cow. He just mooed like phonetically.
He
like,
had like
moo.
he talked like he brought up cows, and then he just mooed for like the rest of his set, and everybody just sat there in like disbelief. Everybody clapped.
I was just gonna say
everybody clapped because they're like, let's just make sure.
Well, we got to ensure that he doesn't pick this place.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's so Midwestern polite. You know what I mean? You're like, listen, let's just politely convince him to not kill us.
Exactly.
By clapping at his moos.
Dude. Moo claps.
I wish you would have tried though. You know, like did he actually try to do the? Like, if you're going to do cows, go up the range, you know?
Yeah.
Start with calves and work your way in.
He just stayed very, like, he plateaued with a moo. Like, it was almost
he even ended on a low note.
Yeah.
Comedically bad choice.
Yeah.
You know? You always end on the cow and heat, right? That's the funniest. That's the crescendo.
The crescendo of the cow moos.
Yeah.
Farm boy Joe Elder.
That's it. I've heard that call before.
Could you imagine if there was a cow down here?
Good God. Good God almighty. No.
Dude, a cow would take up half of this room.
It would take a good portion of the room. Cows are fairly dumb, man.
Cows are...
They are fairly dumb animals.